Hello everyone, welcome once again to another Power BI tutorial by Team Slides Pro. In this part, we are creating a dashboard related to IPL data. We have data of IPL 2008 to 2025. In this data set, you can see we are creating our first dashboard. We will create 10 dashboards with more than 60 questions. In this dashboard, we are solving 5 or 6 questions, and in the data set you can see we have created matches played per season wise match winner, fours and sixes per season, total runs by season, and some simple KPIs. You will learn how to create these measures like winning team name using selected value and user relationship function. Then you will also learn how to calculate this column or create this column using if function. Whether the match is final or not, we will see that, where we will learn how to use or create a simple calculated table, because this data was not given in the data set, so we created this. Everything that you see here along with data model, you will learn how this data model is there and how are tables related to each other. So everything will be taught in great detail along with description of dataset. IPL is a great way to learn DAX, to learn calculations and data analysis in particular. So like we can go on in this series and create many such dashboards where you will learn a lot. If you have any questions, you can ask. First, let's get started with this simple dashboard. So here you can see we have the IPL 2008 to 2025 data set, and we will simply download these files. You can see this user has given these 5 files, so we will download all of them and put them in a folder. So when the data set is being downloaded, we will open Power BI desktop and prepare our canvas. So our analysis will be in 6 parts as we have done before also. 5 parts for now: season highlights, team performance insights, player statistics, menu analysis, match situations. These will be 5 dashboards, and we will also try to create season wise trends. So these will be the 6 dashboards that we are going to create, and this will be a multi-part series. So for season highlights and everything, first we will open Power BI desktop as you can see here, and we will add some headings and images here. So to add headings and images, you can go to the insert tab, click on image and put an image here. So as you can see here, we have some images of like batsman, bowler, etc. And I will simply open them. So we are going to use this one where we have all respective team logos, and we will put them here. So and here in a style you can see we have scaling, so we can fit, so it will fit the entire width. If you want to use any particular heading, like what is the purpose of this, like in the first part we are doing season wise highlights, so we will insert a text box where we will write IPL season wise highlights, and we will make it bold, use a font color which is suitable. So I will use a blue text color which will be good for this analysis, a font color of around 24. This will be good, and we will put it here, and as you can see we can adjust its width and height, and this will be done like that. So IPL season wise highlights, what we can do is, just to give some extra styling, we can enable shadow here. So we have general properties of this text box, and same thing can be done here also. In general effects we can enable shadow. So we have done that part. You can also click on this text box. We have properties where we have padding, so we can give some top padding to align the text vertically in center. And now our dashboard canvas is prepared. We will only change headings here. So here you can see all the 5 files are now downloaded. We will open our canvas. First of all, we will save our work and then we will import the data sets. After saving, you just have to go to home tab where you will see get data. From here you can click on text CSV because from that URL files are in CSV format. So here most important file is this ball by ball data, because if you will see the data set, this is the file of around 48 MB. We have most number of columns, and then second important file for us will be IPL matches data, where we have data of all individual matches. Like this is kind of master file for matches, and this is a reference file. So match ID from IPL matches data, match ID and season ID, this is passed here, and from here you can relate these two files. And for example, if you want to see how many runs has Brendan McCullum is scored in a particular venue, so venue information is not given here, but venue or city information is given here. So you can see here you have match type and all details. So obviously every file is different, so first we have to inspect that part, and that's why we will load them one by one. So this file is loaded. When you are loading these files, make sure that your headers and columns are properly matching. Otherwise you can go to transform data. If you are seeing column 1 column 2 something like that, so you can go to transform data and select first row as header, and here this is okay. We will load and it will be added into our data model. So this will be ball by ball data. It is data of each delivery that has been bowled in IPL from 2008 to 2025. We will explore this. Then we will again click on text CSV. Then we have matches data. So in this file you can see match ID, season ID, balls per over, city, match date. These things are given. So we will load it as well. Now you have your second file, and here is table view where you can see match ID here is common. It is given as match underscore ID, and here also it is given as match underscore ID. So in data model, when you will go, you will automatically see that these two files are, the relationship has already been established between these two files in our data model. So this is good for us. Next we will add the third file, and that is players data. Here they will have information of players. Obviously we have a player ID, player name, batting style, fielding position if it is given, and every information is given here. We will load it, and now we have the players data also. Next we will go to text CSV once again. Here we have team data and team aliases. So first we will add team data, where every team ID is given, every team's ID is given, and we will load them. So there are some teams, for example Royal Challengers Bangalore, so their name also have been changed. The name is now Bengaluru, and there are some teams which were there in initial versions like Rising Pune Super Giants, but they are not there. Teams like Gujarat Titans and Lucknow Super Giants are fairly new teams as compared to other teams. So you must be knowing those things. You must have that domain knowledge with you. So we now have team data. So we will just uh, you know, make these data sets collapse so that we can list all of them, and we will get another that will be team aliases. Here I think the short names will be given. So alias ID, team ID, and alias name is given. So if you want to call, as you can see, RCB, Royal Challengers Bangalore, this is all team ID 1, Bangalore, Bengaluru. So like people may call it with different names. So this is what they have given. We will load this also. And that's why if you see team data, we have team ID. In team aliases, we have team ID. So here you can see model is already prepared. So here you can see in these two tables, not this one, you can see in these two tables team ID is given. So here, so in these two tables, team ID is linked, and if we double click it, here you'll be able to see that team 1. So in IPL matches data, team 1 is basically team ID, and here we can see team 2 is also this. So how to link that, we will see that later, but that's how they are linked together. And here player ID is given. I'm not sure if player ID is given anywhere in IPL ball by ball data, but we will check that. So now this is the initial part. We have to come to this data model once again to make it proper, but now we have our canvas ready. So in IPL season wise highlights, our first question will be matches played per season. This will be the first question, like how many matches are played per season. So for example, in IPL matches data, season information is given. If we add it on x-axis, so what we are doing here is we are keeping or taking a stacked bar chart. In a stacked bar chart on y-axis, we are putting season. And for matches played, how many matches are played? So we have match ID, which is unique for each match. So if we add that, so you will be able to see count of match ID, which is basically total number of matches per match per season. And here you can see when we have already used season on y-axis, we have this data, and this is matches played per season. In this visual, in general properties, in effects, we have enabled shadow. In visual properties, in title, we are using this font color. If you want to change, you can change it to something else. You can make it bold, you can increase or decrease its font size. Here we have the bars. You can choose this and change bar color, for example, like this, and then we can fit it. There is one more thing that we have done, which is in general tab effects, we have enabled visual border and given it rounded corner of 12 pixels. So now you can see from starting we have matches, and if you want to arrange it in a different order, so right now it is arranged in the order of total number of matches played. So if in a season highest number of matches were played, so we will see that 2013 is on top, but we can sort the axis on season also. So you can now you will be able to see season wise, and here again some numbers are on in inner end, some numbers are on outer end. So we can go to settings once again, visual settings once again, and in data labels we can decide the position inside it. So now this will be our data. You remember we added season on y axis, so we can go to y axis and we can make it bold. So we will be able to see values like this. And on x axis, this is minimum and maximum. We know that matches to be minimum matches that were played in a season are always more than 50. So let's say we can say minimum will be starting with 50, so that we can compare them in a better way. This is just another way of comparing. Now we have matches played per season and you can show it like this. Next we will try to find season wise winner table. So for different seasons we have different number of winners. So we are using a table visual here. In this table visual, first thing that you have to bring is season name. So obviously that we have brought here. And next you will be seeing winner name here somewhere. So we have to find where we have that winner information. So if you see matches data, balls per over, city, match date, event name, match number, gender, match type, format, season, venue, toss winner is given, and match winner is also given, but it is given as 3129, etc. So, and you saw that in another table that where we have team data. So here we have that information that this is the code. So that's why we can say that match winner in this table is equal to team ID in this table. So if we go to data model, so here we have the match winner name. So if we see that obviously team 1 is linked with it, but we have to select the winner name in this case. So we will say that match winner is also team ID, and you can see another relationship is created here. And now obviously first I will show you, I will bring the match winner here. So in our table we will be able to see that. So there is something wrong with the table, so maybe because of some data connection that we are not able to bring that. So I will create that once again. Actually I had that, so I tried to save time by copying, but this is how we can do it once again. So we can add a table visual here, and from here we will bring season name. So you can see all season names are now visible here, and here match winner is given. If you bring it, so you will see it will show sum of match winner because it is showing like a numerical value, but we'll say that it's not a numerical value. So in every case there will be one match winner, but its name is not here. Its name is actually in another table. So its name is in team data. So if we bring team name, then we will be able to have that name, right? So this is how you can say or show season wise match winner. In table visual, if we go to general tab, we enable title. So we can add something like season wise match winner, and we can apply the same styling. We can copy formatting and apply it here. Obviously title, I don't know why it is disabled, but this is how. And now once we have season wise match winner name, so we will replace match winner from here because we don't want that. This is season wise match winner. In later parts, we will also calculate who is the runner up. And logic for that is very simple that we already did in one of our previous examples or previous dashboard that for example if match winner is 3 and team 1 is 3 team 2 is 6, so if team 1 equals match winner, then team 2 is the runner up. So logic was like that. So if we add a new column here and we'll call it losing team because runner up will not be calculated yet. So here instead of matches, our table name is IPL matches data. And first of all, we will add that IPL matches data. And instead of winner, we have match winner. So we have match winner. So what we are saying is if in this table, in this column, value of match winner is equal to team 1, then losing team will be team 2. Otherwise losing team will be team 1 if obviously if their name are not equal. So this way we will have the losing team ID, and this losing team will also be same as winner team. So if we go there and find out losing team here, now you can see this column is there. This will also be equal to team ID. So we are now making that model once again. And here if you go back, so you will be able to see now we have losing team name, and we can bring another team name so related to losing team. So let's try one more thing that we are creating another column and we are saying losing team name, and there is a function called related. What this does is it returns a related value from another table. So teams data team name. So now we have the losing team name here, and if you see, so we will have the losing team name. Similarly, you can also create winning team name. Okay, so like losing team 6, am I they have given, so that we can verify using table view. So here 6. Before we try to find out the losing team name, one more thing is there that this match type obviously they have given it as T20, but this match type should be a final match, and we have to first find out that, like here we have result, player of the match, wins by wicket, wins by run, match winner, everything is given, and here team type is also given, but they have not given information of what was the match type. Like in some other data sets it is given that that match was a final match or a league match, and that's how we can pick the season winner. So in our case it is not given, so first we have to see that as well. Like here you can see this is another data set where they have given, so out of this we selected final, and then we had these matches. Match season 2008 1 June, that was final. So between the two data sets you can see 336040 and 336040. It's just that in this table we have more information, but this particular match 336040 was a final match. So what I can do now is I can just copy this. Obviously it will be some extra work that we have to do. But if I copy this, okay, and this ID is basically match ID, so I will be able to create a simple table using this data. So we can try something like create a Power BI DAX table from this data. And one more thing, we have to add another column, and that column will be like for so sort descending. First of all, we will select all, okay, and here I am just using sort descending here. So okay, so 3 June 2025 in Ahmedabad, this must be the final. So this must be the final for last season, that is 2025. We can verify that as well, and its match ID is also given. So if we simply ask Google 3 June 2025, so it confirms, and this match ID is this. So I will copy this match ID and say data power from this data and add one more row with this ID. Oh, so with this ID, and now you can see they are doing analysis, and here it is giving us our data, and you can see added as per request. So it has created IPL finals table, and I will simply copy it here, and we have to create a new table. So we have to go to modeling tab, new table, and then we will create this. So here you can see it is giving us these call. What we totally need is we just need match ID, and we just need this data. Like we don't need other rows, like we don't need other columns like this, because we already know this is a final table. So and then you don't need these descriptions like city is a string, date is a date time. You don't need that. So now we have data like this, and now let's try to create this. So now we have a table called IPL finance where we have ID. This ID is basically match ID. So we can go to data model view, and in data model view we have IPL finals, and we can say this match ID is equal to this ID. So we can add this, and now you can see we have this relation. So to actually find the match winner name, that match should be final. So I am trying one more thing. I am creating a new column. No, not here. Here in this table, I am creating a new column is final. So if contains IPL final table, IPL finals ID equal to IPL matches match ID, then we will say it's final. Otherwise, non-final or regular match or league match. So we do that, and then if you will go to this table, you will see that is final is there. Okay, now we have this is final column. So in this, because we want to see season wise match winner, so that match should be a final. So we add is final and we select final, and then we will have, so 2008 Rajasthan Royals, 2009 Sunrisers Hyderabad, and 2025 RCB. And this is how you can find season wise match winner. So as I said, we are working on this losing team data. The losing team obviously is given, so we have calculated the ID, and then we just need to create a calculated column. So we will find that. Now this is season wise match winner information. Next we have ball by ball data. So here in ball by ball data they have given that some important values, like in ball by ball data you can see we have match ID, batter, everything is given, and here you can see batter runs are given. So batter can either score 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6, and based on that we will find, or we will create two calculated columns, whether it was a boundary like 4 or it was a 6. So we will just say whether it was a 6 or 4, and we can also check whether it was, whether it is given like penalty runs is given, wicket, super over, innings is penalty, is by, is no ball, is wicket. Okay, so they have not given that. And important thing is that only batter runs will be counted as a batsman. Okay, total runs are also given. So here you can see batter runs are given, but total runs are also given. Total runs can be obviously including extras. So total runs are not batsman run. So if you have to find out strike rate, average, etc., you have to use this column. So that is something that we are going to use now. Now to calculate that, like how many fours or sixes are there in ball by ball data, we have to create a new measure. Actually, measures can be created anywhere, but we are using it. Where we are using, first of all, name of this measure will be force. We are writing calculate function. Inside calculate function, you write expression. Expression will be count rows of ball by ball data. So count rows of tables. This will give us total number of balls, where in ball by balls data runs made by batsmen were 4. So here we have to see that batter runs are given. So when, so it will iterate through all the columns, and when it will find that batter runs equal to 4, it will count that row, and then finally it will give us total number of rows. So once you will do that, it will give us 4s, and similarly we can create 6s. So we can create new measure, and that will be done using this. So 6s, and here you just have to replace it with 6. So if you want to do deeper analysis, like which batsman relies more on singles and doubles, and win boundary or boundary percentage, and a scoring, so those kind of calculations can be done using these measures. So after finding out season wise match winner, now we can create a simple clustered chart. We can copy formatting, apply here, and here we will simply add. So on x-axis we will add season name, because we are obviously doing season wise analysis. So we will add season name, and then we will add force here. So force by season. So you can see in which season more force were hit. So like in 2014, 32, 2015, 32, and so on. So you can see it is showing these numbers, but you are thinking this can't be true. Like only 32 fours, like these many fours are very common, and like even in one match people can hit that. So if you go to filters, you can see there is no other filter applied. So we have to check what is happening here. And sometimes what happens is when we copy something like this, uh, those filters may be copied. So here is final filters on this visual is there. So let's try separately. Here on x-axis I'm adding season name. So adding season name, and on y-axis, now let's try 4. So now you can see we have this. So now you will be able to see that we have better data. So we will actually copy formatting from here. So sometimes even if you copy, like you saw that filters were not there, then also it was not showing data. And for sixes, you can just check this and sixes will be there. So this is fours and sixes by season. And in 2025, you can see most number of fours and sixes were hit. Yes. And here we have columns. So first of all, in series fours, let's say we want to show fours by this color, and for sixes we want to show by this color. Let's say some other color, or maybe light blue. So this is fours and sixes by seasons. And if you want, you can add some images here also. And obviously with this data, let's say we have these cards. So in these cards, we can show some key performance indicators or key numbers here. So here you can show something like how many total matches have been played. So if you just add match ID here, shows this is count of matches. So here we will simply rename count of matches, total number of matches that have been played so far. And here in visuals we have call out value, we will select this. For category label we can select any other value like this. We make it bold, and here we can go to general tab, effects, and we can enable shadow. So this is count of matches, and to give a rounded corner we can go to effects, enable visual shadow, give 15 pixel or 12 pixel corner, and it will become like this. So this is total number of matches. We can bring a copy of this, where we can also bring something like what are total number of seasons. So when you add season here, it is showing first season, but we say count distinct. So total number of seasons, and next is total number of balls bowled so far, or total number of overs also you can add here. So here if we simply add total number of balls, so in ball by ball data, so we have to see if there is any column called delivery ID, which is there in some cases. So here we have season ID, match ID, but we don't have any ball ID. So there are many ways of doing it. We can create a new measure and call it number of balls bowled or something like that. And here we'll have count rows. In count rows we will add ball by ball data, and here we will have this. So number of balls, if we check this, so you can see number of balls bowled. And if you want to find overs, I'm doing a very simple calculation, like we can say number of overs, or this will be used later. So we will create a new measure, number of overs, and we will just divide it by 6. So approximately we will have these many overs. So you can see 46.37k number of overs. So these are some numbers that we can put here, and obviously we can use this much space for it. You can similarly you can also find out total number of centuries scored, total number of wickets taken. Those things can also appear here in this data. So here we are adding this, and we can also create a line chart or another bar chart here. And in this bar chart, what I want to show is runs per season, like we did 4s and 6s by season. So first of all, we'll format painter. From here we will add season, and in y-axis we will have total number of runs. For total number of runs, we have a column called total runs. So we can search here and we can add that in y-axis. So this is sum of total runs by season. Now we have our first dashboard, like season wise highlights. Obviously there is not more here. The main purpose of this dashboard was to understand the data set, was to understand how tables are related with each other, and we created some very basic calculated columns and measures and established data modeling. This particular series will offer you a lot of things, I'm saying, and IPL is a great way to understand and practice DAX. So you can obviously, like, there will be more than 100 questions or more than 200 questions even that we can solve using DAX. Take a player and show statistics of that player, like take Virat Kohli and show his statistics. How many matches has he played? How many balls has he played? How many boundaries has he hit? How many sixes and how many catches he has taken? And everything will require calculated measures, calculated columns, or visuals. So, and we will continue this series with more questions and more calculations. Please subscribe to our channel for details like this. Thanks for watching this part. See you in the next part.